Welcome back to AFT Dice Season 3. It is round 14. And after this round, we've only got 3 rounds to go for the finals. Let's go to the first game. It's Western Bulldogs versus St Kilda at Marvel Stadium. Go to the first quarter. The first quarter's nearly been processed. Okay, Bulldogs kicking 3 goals 4 to St Kilda 6-1. St Kilda in front by 15 points at quarter time. Let's go to the second quarter. And the second quarter, Bulldogs kicked 4-1 to St Kilda 6-3. And at half time, Western Bulldogs are down by 29 points. Let's go to the third quarter. And the third quarter, Bulldogs have kicked 6 goals 2 to St Kilda 3 goals 2. And at 3-quarter time, Bulldogs are down by 11 points. They got 3 goals back then. Let's go to the last quarter, see who wins this game. Okay, the Bulldogs have kicked 4-3, St Kilda 6-1, and St Kilda in the end have won this game by 21 points. The final scores, Western Bulldogs 17-10, 112 to St Kilda 21-7, 133. All right, let's go to the second game. It's Fremantle versus Hawthorn at Optus Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter, and Fremantle have kicked 2 goals 1 to Hawthorn 1-4. Quarter time, Fremantle are up by 3 points. Let's go to the second quarter. St Kilda on top, game clear at this stage. All right, Fremantle have kicked 2 goals 5 to Hawthorn 5-3 at halftime. Hawthorn are leading by 13 points. Let's go to the third quarter. And the third quarter's done. Fremantle have kicked 2-3, Hawthorn 4-1. And at 3-quarter time, Hawthorn are leading by 23 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter. See if Fremantle can get a run on in the last. All right, Fremantle have kicked 6 goals 6 to Hawthorn 2-1. And in the end, Fremantle got over the top of the Hawks by 6 points. Wow. It needed 6 goals 6 in that last quarter from Freo. Third game, Richmond versus Gold Coast Suns at the MCG. Let's go to the first quarter. Richmond have kicked 4-1 to Gold Coast 4-5. And Gold Coast are up by 4 points. All right, let's go to the second quarter. And the second quarter has been done. Richmond kicking 6 goals 2 to Gold Coast 5-2. And at halftime, Richmond are up by 2 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Richmond are pretty much favourites for this game. All right, Richmond kicking 5-4 to Gold Coast Suns 6-5. And at 3-quarter time, Gold Coast are up by 5 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. And the last quarter's done. Richmond kicking 1-4 to Gold Coast Suns 1-5. And in the end, Gold Coast have won by 6 points. Wow. All right, that was a bit of an upset there. Gold Coast beating Richmond. The final scores, Richmond 16-11, 107 to Gold Coast Suns 16-17, 113. All right, let's go to the next game. It's GWS Giants versus Essendon. GWS are favourites for this game. All right, let's go to the first quarter. It is 2 goals 6 apiece in the first quarter. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, GWS have kicked 6 goals 5 to Essendon 1-1. And at half time, GWS are up by 34 points. All right, GWS are favourites, as I said, for this game. Let's go to the third quarter. GWS have kicked 3 goals 3 to Essendon 3 goals 1. And at 3/4 time, GWS are up by 36 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter to see how much GWS win by. GWS kicking 1-3 to Essendon 2-6. And in the end, GWS have won this game by 27 points. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Geelong versus Sydney down at GMHBA Stadium. Pretty much even this game. We'll go to the first quarter. It's Geelong kicking 1-5 to Sydney 4-1. Sydney got a good start on the Cats in the first quarter. Let's go to the second quarter. The Cats kicking 4-6 to Sydney 1-5. And at halftime, the Cats are up by 5 points. All right, at home. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Sydney have come out firing. They've kicked 6-3 to Geelong 1-2. And in one quarter, Sydney are up by 26 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter. Let's see who wins this game. And Geelong kicking 5-5 to Sydney 5-4, and Sydney have won this game by 25 points. As I said, it was an even game. Sydney got the win away from home. So final scores, Geelong Cats 11-18-84 to Sydney 16-13-109. Let's go to the next game. It's Brisbane versus Melbourne at the Gabba. Brisbane favourites for this game at home. Brisbane kicking 2-1 to Melbourne 6-6 in the first quarter. Melbourne's jumped the Lions in a bit of a shock quarter. Let's go to the second. And the second quarter was pretty much even. Brisbane 6-2 to Melbourne 6-3. But Brisbane are still down by 30 points. Let's go to the third quarter, see if Brisbane can get a few goals back. Pretty even that quarter, 2 goals, 2 apiece. And at 3/4 time, Brisbane 10-5, 65 to Melbourne 14-11, 95. Let's go to the last quarter. In the last quarter, Brisbane won the quarter 2-5 to 1-1, but in the end, Melbourne has won this game by 20 points. Bit of an upset, Melbourne away from home at the Gabba. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Carlton versus West Coast Eagles at Marvel Stadium. West Coast pretty much favourites for this game. Carlton kicking 1-2 to West Coast 2-1 in the first quarter. Let's go to the second quarter of this game. And Carlton kicking 4-6 to West Coast 3-3. And at halftime, Carlton are leading by 4 points. All right, let's go to the third quarter. And the third quarter, Carlton have kicked 4-3 to West Coast 6-3. And at the 3/4 time, West Coast are leading by 8 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. This is exciting. And Carlton kicking 5-6 to West Coast 2-6. And in the end, Carlton win by 10 points. Inaccuracy from the West Coast Eagles in the last quarter, kicking 2-6. So that concludes that game. Carlton winning a game that they needed to win to actually get in contact with the 8. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Collingwood versus Adelaide Crows at MCG. Collingwood kicking 4-5 to Adelaide 2-4 in the first quarter. Let's go to the second quarter of this game. And the second quarter, Collingwood have kicked 1-4 to Adelaide 3-4. And at halftime, Collingwood are leading by 1 point. Collingwood need to win this game to actually So at halftime, Collingwood are 1 point up. Let's go to the third quarter. Okay, third quarter has been done. Collingwood kicking 5-6 to Adelaide 5-2. And at three-quarter time, Collingwood are up by 5 points. Oh, this is close. Collingwood needs to win this game to keep in touch with the 8. Okay, so Collingwood in the last quarter have kicked 4-6 to Adelaide 1-6, and Collingwood have won this game by 23 points. All right, let's go to the last game of the round. It's Port Adelaide versus North Melbourne at Adelaide Oval. Pretty much even this game. You know, I'd give it to the home side, Port Adelaide being favourites. All right, first quarter's done. Port Adelaide kicking 3-4 to North Melbourne 6-6. So North Melbourne's jumped Port Adelaide in the first quarter by 20 points. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Port Adelaide's kicked 5-1 to North Melbourne 2-6. And at halftime, North Melbourne are leading by 7 points. All right, let's go to the third quarter. And third quarter, Port Adelaide have kicked 6-3 to North Melbourne 5-5. And at three-quarter time, North Melbourne are leading by 3 points. All right, anyone's game this one. Let's go to the last quarter. Last quarter, Port Adelaide have kicked 4-1 to North Melbourne 1-1, and Port Adelaide have won this game by 15 points. All right. Well, that concludes round 14 for this game, for this round. And this is how the top 8 looks. We've got St Kilda, Port Adelaide beating North Melbourne, so they go to second. North Melbourne's third, GWS fourth. They round out the top 4, and then the remaining 4 sides in the 8 are Sydney, Fremantle, Brisbane, and Hawthorn. And just knocking on the door to the 8 is the West Coast Eagles, Richmond, and Adelaide Crows, plus Geelong. So it goes down to position 12th. All right. Next week we've got some good games. We've got Collingwood versus Bulldogs. Pretty much even teams on the ladder. We've got St Kilda playing Fremantle, who both are in the 8. St Kilda's on top of the ladder. So that's going to be a cracker. Hawthorn and Richmond are pretty much even teams. We've got the Suns versus GWS Giants. Giants away against the Suns. Giants need to win that game to keep knocking on the top 4. We've got the Bombers versus Geelong. Geelong away, but could be anyone's game, that one. Sydney versus Brisbane are pretty much even game. Carlton versus Melbourne. They're another good game. They're pretty much even teams. And then we've got North Melbourne versus West Coast. West Coast away against North Melbourne. North Melbourne don't want another loss against their name. And then the last game of the round, in round 15, we've got Port Adelaide versus Adelaide, the showdown. Now Port Adelaide are second on the ladder. They don't want Adelaide to come and knock them off, because Adelaide they want a top 8 spot as well. So exciting, 3 rounds to go. Exciting round next for round 15. We'll see you next time on AFT Dice Season 3.